found some real gold. G'day, this week's video, a trip to G'day, this week's video is a trip to one of Australia's top 3 dark sky parks. Claimed to be one of the best vantage points to see celestial movement and stars, the Warrumbungles is the place in New South Wales to check it out. But if the clouds start rolling by and a big storm ensues, is it still worth it? Let's check that out. Leaving Coonabarabran, I was quite excited about headed off towards Warrumbungle. I'd been here before and I knew that I knew what I was in for. I knew those dark skies would be pretty amazing to be able to check out the stars. Just pulling out the side of the road. I was going to show you White Gum Lookout. Apparently it's very good for the sunset, but not this time. This is a pretty steep hill to drive up. The Siding Springs is definitely worth a look. It's a massive telescope. But you can't take your caravan there, you can't tow your caravan. So at just here, there's 2 places I think. You can pull over, leave your caravan, unhitch, go up, look at the telescope, and then come back and hitch up. And that's where you drop off your caravan. Tamworth, Australia's country music capital. What a great place to go and check out, especially if you love country music. During the festival you'll be walking down the street, Peel Street, and you'll get to enjoy all the different styles and sounds of country music. People playing guitar and singing from as little as 5 or 6 all the way up to octogenarians, and you'll see them every 15 metres, so it really is an intense place. But if you turned up in Tamworth any other time of the year, is it worth it? Let's have a look. In case you ever wondered how Tamworth became the country music capital, it all started out like this. In 1965, the television came to Tamworth. Big cities like Melbourne and Sydney already had television, but Tamworth got it kind of mid-60s. Because of that, what happened, the local station 2TM, which is an AM radio station, it got absolutely smashed. So they decided to run specialist programs at night time. They specialised in drama, folk music and country and western. And they flavoured their country and western with the name Hoedown. Later on they started having concerts, and Hoedown, the product, promoted these concerts. And as the concerts got more and more popular, so the Tamworth got associated with quite a lot of country and western music. The other thing that happened was because 2TM, which was the AM radio station, because it had the only signal that could transmit, it didn't share its transmission with any other radio stations. Because of that, a lot of the eastern Australian area was covered by 2TM when they had their specials on and their late night shows. And more the programs that were promoted by 2TM took off. Then in 1973 they had the first Country Music Awards, obviously here in Tamworth, and pretty much one of the big and most popular songs at the time, which was country, was Redback on the Toilet Seat. And the rest is history. I came here 5 years ago to the Country Festival, and it was absolutely awesome. And it's hard to imagine that in a few weeks this place will be full. All of that grass, all those acres and everything will just be full of caravans and tents and people just getting on with it, and all gravitating to the various concerts throughout Tamworth. It really is quite a sensation, and you can feel the buzz. The moment you get here during the Country Festival, your spirits lift up and you just want to do that old line dancing thing. So, and if you want into that sort of thing, they do have quite a few different lessons that they give right around town. You'll probably find yourself, you're walking down Peel Street and people will just be doing the whole thing, and if they're not, they're jigging away, and they've got the buskers doing their thing. So really, if you get the opportunity, it really is one of those sort of things, it's a once in a lifetime. Well, perhaps not once in a lifetime, but it is pretty good. If you've just been into town and checked out one of the free concerts and you're wandering back to the riverside camping, you walk across this bridge and almost immediately just across it you take a right and you're pretty much at the campsite. I'm at Oxley Scenic Lookout, and there it is, Tamworth. Now, you're not going to see it like this in January because almost every little bit of available space will be filled up with campers or holiday makers or musos, or it's just massive. I was here about 5 years ago and pretty hard to pinpoint. There's a paddock down there at the moment. It's at least 10 acres, and during the music festival you can't move. There's just caravan, tent. So yeah, try and get up here before January unless you're going to get right into it. So this is Oxley's Lookout, Oxley Scenic Lookout. This is the famous Peel Street, which is basically blocked off during the concert, and there's buskers probably every 10 to 15 metres. Got people in the street doing line dancing. You've got young people, old people with guitars and doing their thing. Well, I'm just about to head off, leaving Tamworth. Now, if you get the opportunity, come to Tamworth. It's a great place, it really is. There's quite a few things to do, things to see, and also you, depending on the time of year, coming up January, so it's probably just a few weeks before the big one, the Country Festival. Wow, that really is something. Came here 5 years ago and I'm considering actually, even at this late stage, a booking. So really the only way to get to any accommodation in January is pretty much to go to the festival, and what they do is they do package deals. Package deal last time, I think it was 5 days, or you could do the full 10 days, and I did the 5 days, got in there, did some line dancing and all that sort of stuff. Great, lot of fun. A gold rush in 2024. Is that possible? Is it likely? Well, there's a little town just south of Tamworth, about 60 kilometres south. Little town is known as Nundle. It's actually infamous because the local pub, the Peel Inn, was won in a card game. But I digress. So is it possible that there could be another gold rush? Quite recently there's been a massive pouring of rain in the creeks and rivers. What that does is it churns up all of the current top layer of dirt. It also does it over the mountains as they come down into the creeks. And what that's done, that's exposed gold that's a whole lot easier to find now. And when I was up there, I was seeing quite a lot of success, people panning and the occasional person using a gold detector. So let's go and check out this possible gold rush town. I'm on the outskirts of Nundle. Straight ahead, the big mountain there is called Hanging Rock, and that's where I'll be staying most of the time. Driving up this hill out of Nundle on the way up to Hanging Rock, this road is just so steep, and I forgot to make an adjustment on my iDrive, so consequently I was only down low power and I struggled. This is Chaffey Dam and Recreational Reserve, and you can stay here for $5 per night per person, $1 for showers. Hanging Rock Lookout is about 3 kilometres from base camp, and apart from the awesome sunset, fantastic view, it's the place to go and get internet reception. Jimmy Ashton's Royal Olympic Circus. Sounds like a mouthful. James Ashton set up that circus in 1840 in Tasmania. Married to Mary Ashton, they came over to Australia and they visited these goldfields. And I'm in the area of Hanging Rock. It was a pretty big goldfield at the time. While they were visiting, Mary gave birth to a little girl. Unfortunately, Mary died 11 days later, and the baby died 3 months later. The following year, James got married to Mary Critchfield here at Hanging Rock, and he decided to bring all of his troops over here. It was 100 pack horses bought his circus gear here, so it's a pretty big deal. And it was so big that he performed every night, excluding Sundays, for 14 days in a row. So that's some circus. Now what's happened is the local people, in honour for the 50th anniversary, have decided to put like a little plaque here, and this is actually where Mary is buried. So if you get a chance to come over here and you're into that kind of historic thing, you should check it out. Okay, I think I'll stop here. Log across the road. Southbound 54 market. Now if you've got UHF on channel 40, which I'm sure you will have, it's probably a good idea to let everyone know where you are, so do a call sign each time you pass one of those markers. Apologies if I look a bit hot and sweaty, just because I am. We're on the 2 Mile Creek Road, and we walked about 600 metres to find our first, what could be a mine, and it's on the left hand side, so it's pretty easy to see. So if you come along this way, if you're desperate to find a mine, you will find one at about 600 metres. It's you could kind of, scrape your way in, but like any mine, it's probably not a good idea to fiddle around it. So just take it as historical value. From the very top of that mountain, which is Hanging Rock, the local miners back in the day in the 1800s blew it up. So Hanging Rock come all the way down here, and this is just the remnants of it. Miners. No one local can say whether they was alcohol caused or whether they were cheating and just trying to get into the gold as quick as possible. But look at the dust coming off the wheels. Probably the brakes burning, my guess. You are not going to believe it. I've actually found, with my buddies, I've found some real gold at an undisclosed area. I'm in the Hanging Rock area and kind of beside myself, just deciding on whether to get a new Ranger or a new F100. Or maybe, yeah, actually the gold's not that big, but I don't know whether you can see, I don't know whether you can see that. I'll be showing you later. That there is gold. So yeah, in this area you can definitely find gold. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it through, and not many people are doing it this way, is through a, whatever they call them, a dip machine, or you can get your little pan, do some panning. Most people here are doing panning, and there's a free camp down just out of Nundle, that most people go to when they do their panning there, and they do pretty well. Well, there you have it. What a fortnight. Took you to Warrumbungles, which is the dark sky. That's a great place to go and check out the giant telescope there, and there's a couple of small telescopes around town worth having a look at. From there it was to Tamworth. Don't think it's too late if you want to get yourself in there and get booked into the country music festival. I'm sure you really enjoy it. And from there right down to here where I am, which is in Nundle, actually Hanging Rock. And went on a couple of walks, checked out a couple of the old gold mines, did some fossicking and found some gold. How good's that? Now if you found the video helpful, useful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, now would be a great time. And if you think the video is worth sharing, I would greatly appreciate it. So until next time, this is Paul Will Drive, signing off.